welcome back to Beginner Astrophotography. So, about a week since my last video, and I did the Eagle Nebula. I got about 40 minutes on the Eagle Nebula total for that night. I ended up spending another 3 nights getting a grand total of about 3.5 hours on the Eagle Nebula. I haven't processed it yet, but as soon as I do, I'll let you guys know, and I'll post it on in one of the YouTube videos. So tonight I'm actually going to go for the Trifid Nebula. I've been waiting. It rained one night, and I've been waiting for the moon to pretty much go away. So the moon is going to rise, basically, which is right where my target is for tonight. So I'm doing the Trifid Nebula. I'm going to see what I can do with the Trifid Nebula. Again, I'm using my monochrome camera with the narrowband filters on it. I also got my guide camera and guide scope set up on the top of my telescope, so it's not off to the side and it's easier to balance. So I got that all set up. Can't wait to use that. So I'll see how much I can get on the Trifid Nebula tonight, and I'll see you guys at the computer. Alright, so it is about 2:50 in the morning, and I have spent close to 3 hours trying to get this all set up. I ran into nothing but problems. My plate solving just did not work. I mean, you can see all these right here. All these different iterations, uploading file, solver timed out. It just kept timing out. And then I found out that right here underneath my scope, so underneath my Celestron C-Gem, when I go to, right here, the scope properties, my focal length was set to 1300 millimeters. I don't know why it was set to that, but the solver just kept timing out, so I just could not get it plate solved until I figured that out. So I finally figured that out. Wow, that's a really good image. So this is hydrogen alpha. This is Trifid Nebula and hydrogen alpha. That is a really good picture. Okay. It's 2:50 in the morning. So I'm not going to be able to do very many images. Probably maybe 10 to 15 minutes with every filter. Hopefully that will be enough. I'm going to do 180-second exposure in oxygen 3 just to see if that picks up the other half of the nebula. So yeah, tonight has just been crappy. So I ended up having to repolar align my mount because I thought that was the problem. And so I repolar aligned it, and when I did it, it was just slightly off. It was almost dead on Polaris. So that didn't work. And then my cooler, I was trying to cool my camera. I cooled it down to -12 Celsius, which is about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know exactly what it is. And I'm trying to cool it down. I probably spent about 45 minutes trying to figure that out. I would put it to -12. I'd click it on, and it would just sit there and vary a few degrees. I didn't know what was going on. I reset the whole program. I went outside. I turned off the power supply, turned it back on, reset everything, tried it again. It wasn't until I went out there about 40 minutes after I started having the problem and realized that the plug on my camera for the cooler got unplugged somehow. So I finally figured that out. So that was a pain in my butt. But I got that figured out. My focusing actually went really well. I didn't have any problems with that. And like I said, my plate solving, for a good 2 hours, I was trying to figure that out. And I finally figured it out when I was able to set my focal length proper. One of the only things that actually turned out perfect was my guiding. So with that new setup on my telescope, with that William Optics 50mm guide scope, it is picking up 10 times the amount of stars. Like, I am almost tempted to hook up my second camera to this scope and see what I can get, because this would be a perfect wide field scope. I mean, just so many stars. It's such a better scope than the one I was using. Sorry, I'm almost dead. I am tired. So it looks like everything is going good. My guiding isn't exactly perfect. I might just pick a different guide star. But I'll wait until this picture comes out here in 35 seconds. But I think I might choose a different star. I'll probably go with one more in the middle, like this one right here. See if that gives me better guiding. So the other thing is I got a new microphone. I got the Blue Ice or whatever it's called, because I noticed that with my headset microphone, it just wasn't where the sound variations of my videos were just so off between each microphone. So I got this microphone to hopefully fix that. So we'll see how it goes in this video. So here in about 3 seconds, we'll have Trifid Nebula in oxygen 3. Alright, so it doesn't really pick much up, but that's okay. Alright, so then I am going to do, let's see, let's do hydrogen alpha. That's my main filter, so I'm going to do 300 seconds. And I'll do well, actually, let's do 5 images in hydrogen alpha. Let's do 3 minutes in O3, and let's do 5 of those. Oh, crap. Oh, I'm tired. 300 seconds. Add that. 180 seconds in oxygen 3. Add that. And then 300 seconds in sulfur 2. Add that. Alright, so I'm going to choose a different guide star. So I'm going to go with this one. See if that gives me better guiding. Give it a minute or two to calibrate, I guess you'd say. Okay, so far it's staying in the green. It's only been a few seconds, but it's staying in the green so far. Yeah, I do not regret getting this guide scope. This guide scope is a million times better than the one I was using. And it gives me a much deeper field of view. And I'm able to balance my scope a lot better too. Alright, well, I'm going to let this run for a few minutes and get it, optimized. And then I will see you guys in the morning. Hopefully I'll have enough pictures to make a nice color image. If not, I will try again tomorrow night and upload this video on, Friday? Tomorrow's Thursday, so yeah, Friday. So I will see you guys then. Alright, so it's an entire day later. It's about 3:20 in the morning here. So last night I actually started imaging, and then I got about a half hour worth of images, and clouds rolled in, completely clouded out the entire sky. So I wasn't able to get any more data, so I decided to just do it tonight. So I've been doing data all night tonight. I got 8 pictures in hydrogen alpha, 8 pictures in oxygen 3, and I'm working on 8 pictures in sulfur 2, but it's in the process of doing a meridian flip. So hopefully I will have a good picture for you guys at the end of this video. This is the sulfur 2 filter right here, which is looking pretty good. So once I get it all processed, I'll have it at the end of the video. And that's about it. So I will see you guys once I get this all processed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. So it's taken about 2 nights to get the images that I wanted of M20, which is the Trifid Nebula or Trifid Nebula. I don't exactly know how to pronounce it. but I finally got a decent image of it. I did the Hubble palette again, so it's a yellow-greenish picture again. I think I'm going to mess around with the color channels, see if I can't get that better. I know I put blue as hydrogen alpha, and it came out as like a light bluish, almost, it was like a light blue color. It looked really cool, so I think I'm going to fiddle around with that. So I'll post a picture at the end of this video as well, and it's a very good image. I'm going to capture some more data on that one as well. So, as you guys know, I got the new microphone, which is actually right here. So you guys are able to hear me better when I do my recording on my actual computer. And then I also upgraded. I have a 3-monitor setup now, which makes it a lot easier to edit my photos and also to do different things. Like you can see, I have another I have another imaging session going on right now with Ecos, and then that was my Deep Sky Stacker for the Trifid Nebula, and then the third monitor that you guys can't see. So that first night with the Trifid Nebula, I don't know what happened, but it was problem after problem after problem. I guess it's one of those nights that just happens every once in a while. And I ended up, once I actually got it started, it took like 3.5 hours to get the imaging session actually started. And then once I finally got it started, it was like 3:20 in the morning, I believe. And I went out there and I got about 30 minutes on the nebula in hydrogen alpha. And then I came to check the computer, and it was like, it was all blown out and everything, so I went outside, the entire sky had clouded over. So I ended up having to end it. So last night, clouds didn't roll out until about 10:30, and I was able to start imaging again. So I got, see, after my throwaway photos, I actually did have to throw away quite a few of them. So I ended up with, I think, 9 5-minute hydrogen alpha photos, 6 sulfur 2 photos, and 5, I believe it was 5 oxygen 3 photos that I got all stacked together. It still came out pretty good, so that's another one of the nebulas that I think I'm going to try to get a lot more data on to get a lot better picture. So the final image I did get, I noticed that on the internet, all the Trifid Nebula photos, that the main nebula was a red color, and there's a blue on the side of the nebula. There's like a blue gas cloud on the side of the nebula. I wasn't able to get that gas cloud. I don't know why. I think I just need to do a lot more time on it to be able to get that cloud. But that's what I'm hopefully going to get with the more data that I get on Trifid Nebula. So I will link that photo at the end of this video. And thank you for watching, guys. Subscribe if you like the videos so I can continue making the videos. I definitely enjoy making them. So subscribe if you like the video.